first set. No service breaks. McEnroe leading 6 games to 5. Each of these players has lost only 5 times this year. Lendl 50-5 in matches. McEnroe 52-5. A double fault by Ivan Lendl. You know, their numbers, not only matches, money, points, everything, very even. Just about as even as this tennis match here.
I think Lendl's in trouble. Fighting to get into the tiebreaker. A double fault. And now a second serve at love 15.
Wide. And the man in the chair agrees with the call. Lendl's going to complain.
This stinks so bad, it's unbelievable. Really. The last time we
That's a warning to Ivan Lendl. He has a violation now.
But Lendl continues to talk. I'm not sure that I wouldn't just get on with it if I were in Lendl's shoes right now. As you watch it on the replay.
A love 30. So very difficult on the replays to tell. The ball gets lost near the white. This is McEnroe's chance right here. He's got 3 set points at love 40.
Well, that double fault on the first point cost him heavily. And then McEnroe, you know, if you missed the first serve against him, he's going to make you go for it. Close call, admittedly, but suddenly it's all over.
Saves 1 set point. Two remaining, 15-40.
Makes those first serves important, doesn't it? I feel sure McEnroe will attack this one.
He does. And he wins the first set as a result. McEnroe attacking the second serve of Ivan Lendl has won the first set, 7-5.
Here's what makes it so difficult for Lendl. See, he comes in now. That ball's right down the middle. No angle is there for Lendl to go for. So he's got to pretty much go back down the middle. McEnroe is there, and as I've said a number of times, there is no greater volleyer in tennis. There maybe never has been a greater volleyer in tennis than McEnroe. And he guides the thing down the forehand side. Lendl can't get to it, and the first set is history.
It's those little things. You called it so well during that first set. Just one little crack. That's all it took. Now I would think the tough thing is for Lendl to pull himself together.
I think you're exactly right. He is just slightly more fragile mentally than McEnroe is, always has been. A real human trait. McEnroe can go through all sorts of trials and tribulations, but when the chips are down, he gets the ball over the net, he stays with it, bears down. And Lendl, you feel that when he starts to lose it, he begins to lose concentration, which is what happened to him on the last game.
And that's why I think when you recall that 1984 French battle was so important for Lendl to be able to come back. This is only 2 out of 3 today, though. Which means that should Ivan Lendl be broken again here in the second set, it would almost be history.
Could be a quick set. You see Lendl right now, the last couple of points, he's moved very quickly after he's hit the ball. Almost a little of the I don't care attitude. I hope that's not true.
Excellent shot there.
So he was ready to walk to the side. If McEnroe had made that volley, he wasn't about to go try to chase it down at 40 love. Of course, there's a good reason for that. But he could lose it, Lendl. I'm talking about lose control of this match. And against McEnroe, you can't afford to do that. You've got to stay with him every inch of the way.
McEnroe tried to run it down, stretched out, but couldn't get there.
Watch it here. Very forceful volley for him. A tough passing shot for McEnroe. Lendl there. Now see, he's starting to amble away. McEnroe tries to get to it nevertheless. He's got a lot of energy in reserve. Both of them do.
Still game point.
Those last couple of points might have helped Lendl mentally a little bit. That will help him mentally for sure.
Well, you know, if he could have strung three together on McEnroe's serve at the times that he needed them, it would have been a whole different story, especially there in the middle of the first set. At this point, all it's done is got him back to deuce, and the chances of his winning the game are still very slim. See, the statistic, believe it or not, will show you that when you're serving, when either one of these two boys is serving at 15-40 down, that's about even from that point. They will win about 50 and lose about 50% of those games. At deuce, the server is still very, very much in control.
It was wide. Game one of the second set goes to John McEnroe. He is leading in the final match of the 1985 Canadian Open. He took the first set 7-5, and it's 1-love in set two. Game two of the second set. McEnroe broke in the 12th game of the first set to win 7-5, and I would think that for Ivan Lendl, Cliff, this is a very important game. He's got to right himself a little bit.
I think he came back in that first game of the second set and made him feel a little better, but there was a point there in that first game on McEnroe's serve when I thought he might be handing it away.
But you go through periods like that. He was obviously upset with what happened on his serve there in the first set, and it doesn't mean that you've given it away for the match. Watch the serve here of Lendl into McEnroe's backhand. That's a fabulous shot. Now he closes in. Open court for the winner.
Another one.
Has to have been a slightly bad bounce or something that McEnroe did not expect, because when he makes a swing at the ball, he very seldom misses it. Let's see. First serve percentage is 58, 53 for Lendl. Winners, 9 for McEnroe, 11 for Lendl. Unforced errors, 17, a lot more for Lendl. I guess that's the difference.
And there's the winner. The backhand down the line for McEnroe.
So the stats are pretty similar for both players, except in that unforced error column where Lendl is higher, quite a lot higher than McEnroe.
McEnroe gets there. McEnroe used the full court that time. The ball sat up enough that he could get to it.
Well, look at how he moves, though. You see this drop volley from Lendl is a little high, admittedly, but still, you remember where McEnroe was when you saw him before he started to move for that. So he covered a lot of territory to get to it. And it's one thing to see a point like that in isolation. What you have to remember, though, is that it sends a message to Lendl. The next time he makes a volley, he's going to have to make it count. And this is the next shot right here. Now, volley is Lendl rather is forced to hit this volley. McEnroe gets to it again, and Lendl knows that he has to make those volleys count. They have to be hit with purpose, with direction, or otherwise McEnroe's going to run them down.
So Lendl does hold his own serve. Games are even at 1 apiece in the second set. McEnroe scrambling all over the